anyone says to you, this is meat sacrificed to idols, do not eat it. For the sake of the one who informed you, and for conscience sake. I mean, not your own conscience, but the other man's. For why is my freedom judged by another's conscience? If I partake with thankfulness, why am I slandered concerning that for which I give thanks? And you can read the remaining 3 verses. You can read the entire chapters. But in the word that the Lord is ministering to you today, the Lord speaks to you and provides you a clear instructions and guidance. And I hear about places like in Nigeria, and especially in the southeast, in fact, the whole Nigeria and a lot of in Africa, a lot of people are moving in the direction of going back to worship an idol. They see an example that is done in their church, for example, the statue. And they can make the difference between the statue and the statue of whatever is the idol in their village, in their culture, in their tribe. That is thousands of years. And they go and they worship. Some of them have ascribed to it. And they say that is the African culture. It is the culture of people to worship an idol, whatever is the God, whatever they call God. But yet this God did not deliver them. Has not delivered them. He has not brought them deliverance. Has not brought them protection from the insecurity. Has not brought them abundance of food that they eat. And they are professing it. And they are talking about these things as something new. Especially the young generations. This generation that didn't know anything better. They did not understand the history. They did not understand where this came from. And they call it God. But who is God? When did man discover God? There are different mythology and different history. What is your history? We talk about people that have forgotten their history. It's something new. It is cultural. It's fascinating. It's now and they are embracing all kinds of demons. And people come and make an offering unto demons and they sacrifice. And after they make their sacrificial lambs and cows and bulls and chickens and all kinds of things they sacrifice. And they bring it into the clan, into the square, into the village square, into town square, and they say, come, oh, this rich guy and this wealthy guy, this oligarch is sharing some benefit. They are donating their ill-gotten wealth. And then people rushes for the sake of food and the sake of hunger. And they go, they take what is offered unto idol, sacrifice to idol. They have no history or don't know how it came from and how it got to the square. And they distribute it. Told my mother, stop accepting those things that people give you that you don't know where they came from. So also my siblings and everybody around the world. For the devil is out, the end time is around the corner. And he is out to take with him as much as people as he wants to take unto hell. We have a governor in Anambra State. We said there will be a new beginning in that state. And thank God he is a professor that understands the role of research and the significance of it. The importance of research, academic research. Have you asked yourself, when did the pagan worship enter into those tribes, your own tribe and your own nation? Have you sat down one day and asked, did in the beginning God created man to worship an idol? How did it come to be? How did it enter into your culture? For we know there are revisionist historians that are writing things from the perspective of those that do not understand the culture of the people from thousands of years ago, but in the context of what is obtained today, to see these things as an idol, as foolishness. Now they are returning some of the things they return unto you. And even though that may actually be an idol, without you actually knowing and understanding and think you worship to a God, is that a God? What has it done for you? That idol and that God that you worship. Is that what your ancestors worshiped 30,000 years ago? Is that what they worshiped 20,000 years ago? Is that what they worshipped 10,000 years ago? You don't know. What about 5,000 years ago that is of recent? You just don't know. You only find that once it is a contrast to what is obtained 2,000 years ago in Christ, then you cry and say you don't want it because you want something else and you're seeking for a deliverance. From what? Deliverance from your own self, from your own ignorance. You find, for example, in Nigeria, the Bible says that God has created man and he sent man from heaven unto earth and he landed. And he prayed to God in heaven so that the land may be dry, so that he can establish his kingdom on earth. And so also the Odua, God created and brought them unto earth. And so are cultures around earth. The Western culture talks about God in heaven. They believe in him that has made them and given them dominion and control over the world. What is the truth? The prayer to you today. Now I'm going to go into prayers. We are going to pray. And I'm going to sing. And when I sing, you will begin to pray. All manners of prayers for deliverance from all kinds of things that you have engaged yourself and believed out of ignorance, and you never asked questions. Neither did you care to study to see for yourself. In the beginning, we talked about, today we're talking about internet, when you can go and Google and can only see things that is available on internet. 1,000, 2,000 years from now, it becomes very much obsolete. And in which case, it looks like what you obtain today is the beginning of mankind. But there was a time writing was started. And everybody thought it was the best thing that happened to humanity. Just like everybody thinks today that the internet is the best thing that happened to man. There was a time writing started. And before writing was invented, before printing was invented, there was a time it becomes of the greatest orators, those that are able to make speeches in public square. That was means of communication. Those that forget their history will never enjoy the present.